A laptop repair technician published his data from 10 years and over 3,000 repairs. One brand showed up more than any other. Not twice as often, not 3 times. It dominated his repair bench so completely that he said, just seeing the logo walk through the door made him tired. That brand sells more laptops than anyone else on the planet. And that is exactly the problem. Because the company that sells the most is not the company that builds the best. In fact, according to Consumer Reports, 16% of all laptops break within 3 years. But some brands hit 25%. 1 in 4. Buy it today. Broken by 2028. Here are the 7 laptop brands you should never spend your money on. And 5 that actually earn it. HP is the biggest laptop maker in the world. They shipped nearly 16 million units last year alone. And in reliability studies, they consistently rank dead last. A repair shop owner who logged over 3,000 repairs across a decade put it bluntly. 9 out of 10 laptops on his bench were HP. Consumer Reports data confirms it. HP's Pavilion and Streamlines have failure rates above 20% within 3 years. 1 in 5. The most common problems: overheating, hinge failures on the Pavilion, and batteries that lose 30% of their capacity in just 2 years. Lenovo and Dell batteries hold up significantly better over the same period. Now here is what HP does not want you to connect. Their business laptops. The EliteBook, the ZBook, those are genuinely solid machines. Military grade tested, aluminum chassis, built to last. But those cost twice as much. The consumer line that 90% of buyers actually purchase. That is where the corners get cut. HP spends its money making you believe the Pavilion is premium. It is not. It is a budget laptop with a premium logo. Dell makes the same split as HP. Their Latitude and XPS lines? Under 8% failure rate over 3 years. Excellent machines. But the Inspiron, the one most people actually buy, runs at roughly 15% failure rate. Nearly double. The Inspiron's biggest problem is thermal design. The cooling system is too small for the components Dell puts inside. So the processor throttles. Performance drops. The fans scream. And over time, heat warps the plastic chassis and kills the motherboard. Dell knows this. They have known it for years. But the Inspiron is their volume product. It is the laptop that fills shelves at Best Buy and Walmart. And volume products do not get premium cooling solutions. They get the cheapest thermal design that passes testing. If someone recommends Dell, ask them which Dell. Because a Latitude and an Inspiron share a logo, and almost nothing else. Acer has the same disease. Their Swift line is surprisingly good. The Swift Go 14 has an 11-hour battery, a 2.8K OLED display, and undercuts Dell and HP by $200. But their budget Aspire line? That is where Acer makes its money, and it shows. Acer's budget laptops have historically sat at 23% failure rates. Plastic hinges, screens that flex, trackpads that stop responding. You save $100 up front and spend $300 on repairs, or on a replacement. The pattern is becoming clear. The biggest laptop brands all make great products. They also all make terrible products. And the terrible ones are always the ones on sale at the front of the store. Razer is the brand that gamers trust and repair technicians fear. Razer laptops look incredible. The build quality feels premium. The screens are beautiful. And then the battery swells. This is not a rare defect. If you search Razer battery swelling on Reddit, you will find thousands of posts. Thousands. Users report their trackpads physically lifting off the chassis because the battery underneath has expanded like a balloon. Razer's failure rate sits around 21%. For a laptop that costs $2,000 or more, that is unacceptable. You are paying luxury prices for a product that has a 1 in 5 chance of developing a dangerous battery defect. The gaming performance is real. The problem is, you might not get to enjoy it for very long. The Surface laptop looks beautiful. The Surface Pro is one of the most elegant tablets ever made. And repairing either one is a nightmare. In the 2026 PERG repairability study, Apple scored the lowest among the 8 most popular laptop brands, a C-. But Apple at least sells you a machine that rarely breaks. The Surface has Apple-level repairability scores with nowhere near Apple-level reliability. The Surface Pro's kickstand hinge wears out. The keyboard cover connection loosens over time. And if anything inside fails, you are essentially buying a new device, because the glued-together design means most repairs require a full unit replacement. Microsoft designs the Surface like a showcase product, something to put on a stage. It was never designed to survive 5 years on a desk. Samsung makes some of the best phones and televisions on the planet. Their laptops tell a different story. Hinge problems are a recurring complaint. Service center availability outside South Korea is limited. And their market share in laptops is small enough that accessories and third-party support are harder to find. The Galaxy Book series looks modern and thin. But thin means limited ports, soldered RAM, and thermal constraints. Samsung makes their laptops look like Galaxy phones. Unfortunately, laptops and phones break in different ways, and Samsung has not figured out the laptop side yet. Alienware is owned by Dell. Marketed as the ultimate gaming laptop, the thermal throttling tells a different story. Alienware laptops are thick, heavy, and expensive. They should run cool. They do not. Multiple reviewers have documented the processor slowing itself down under gaming loads to avoid overheating. You pay for 8 cores and get 6-core performance because the cooling cannot keep up. For the same money, an ASUS ROG laptop gives you better cooling, better screens, and better reliability. Alienware survives on brand recognition. The engineering stopped keeping up years ago. 7 brands down. Now let me show you where the smart money goes. ThinkPad is the most reliable laptop series ever made. Consumer Reports 2023 data showed ThinkPads had the lowest repair frequency at 6% across all brands. They are tested to military spec MIL STD 820H. The keyboards survive 5 million keystrokes. Corporate fleets keep ThinkPads running for 7 years or more. PC Mag called the ThinkPad X1 Carbon the most durable business laptop available. If you want a laptop that works on day 1 and still works on day 2000, this is it. Apple's repairability score is terrible. But here is what the repairability argument misses. MacBooks rarely need repair. The M-series chips run cool, draw less power, and last longer than any Intel or AMD equivalent in the same class. Users consistently report 7+ years of daily use. You pay more up front. You pay almost nothing afterward. That trade-off is worth it for most people. ASUS scored the highest repairability grade in the 2026 PERG study, B+, higher than HP, higher than Dell, higher than Apple. Their ROG gaming line has the best cooling solutions in the industry. Their ExpertBook and ProArt lines are excellent for business and creative work. ASUS is not flashy. They do not run the biggest ads. But laptop by laptop, they consistently outperform brands with twice the marketing budget. Framework ships every laptop with a screwdriver in the box. iFixit gave the Framework 12 a perfect 10 out of 10 for repairability. Time magazine named it one of the best inventions of 2021. Every component is modular. Battery, RAM, storage, ports, all swappable by you at home, with no special tools. Framework even sells replacement parts for at least 5 years after discontinuation. This is what a laptop looks like when the company actually wants you to keep it. Yes, Acer. The same brand I just put on the bad list. Because the Swift line is a completely different product. The Swift Go 14 has an OLED display, 11 hours of battery life, and a price that undercuts the Dell XPS and HP Spectre by hundreds of dollars. The lesson? Do not buy brands. Buy specific product lines. And the Acer Swift proves that a company can make both garbage and gold. The difference is which shelf you pick from. Here is what 10 years of repair data, Consumer Report surveys, and independent teardowns all say. The brand on the logo does not predict the laptop in the box. The product line does. The cooling design, the hinge material, the battery chemistry. Those decide whether your laptop lasts 3 years or 7. Stop buying logos. Start buying engineering. If this video saved you from wasting your money, hit that like button. Subscribe for the next one. I am going after smartwatch brands, and the price gap between the best and the cheapest will blow your mind. See you there.